Social panoramas and metaphors of movement. They both work within mental space, but how do they work? How could they be combined? I had a session with the lovely Pamela, and what we did is we did the first part of this session with the social panorama process, and I asked Pamela if I could try something a bit different. And I layered in the metaphors of movement communication based on the process that we'd done within social panorama for quite an interesting reaction. Check it out. Okay, cool. So before we press the lovely record button, you were talking about how you are looking at your identity of self or like a self you want to step into, but you also imagine that there are two timelines to your left. Was that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So when you say it's an identity you're looking to step into or a sense of self you're looking to step into, that implies that you're not currently that sense of self.
Correct.
Okay. So if you're to look at that sense of self that you currently are, if you're to feel into that when you get a sense of who you are right now, where is the, if you're to draw a line from your body outwards, where is that sense of self?
3 meters in front of me,
3 meters in front.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's like a third of my current body.
So it's
And
a
I
third.
see her,
So it's a third of, so it's smaller.
yes,
Got you.
and I see myself like pulling a carriage that's heavy.
So you're pulling a carriage, and there's a version of yourself that's in front of you. What
Yes,
sort of carriage? Like those old-fashioned like wagons with the big wooden wheels? What sort of carriage? Or is it like a horse carriage? Or like a horse? Are you taking the role of a horse and like people kind of thing?
I see myself just being in that position of pulling, like uh, wearing a harness, ready
So
to pull something heavy that's
you're,
behind me.
so you're
I
wearing a
don't see the
harness.
carriage.
Okay, so
Exactly.
there's
I am
something
wearing a.
behind you, but you don't know what it is, or you don't want to
Are my
admit.
goals, my expectations from this position where I am.
Okay, so you've got this harness thingy on, and there's something behind you that we can't quite conceptualize.
What's behind me, it's my current self. And I know that where I want to go to achieve, yeah, it's slow and heavy.
Okay, so I'm going to mix these things up because you say your current sense of self is in front of you and smaller, but you say your sense of self is behind you. So what's behind you?
Behind that
What's
visualization,
behind?
that
So
person,
you've got that little person in front of you. You're there, the person in front of you. What's behind you?
it's the current me.
Okay, so you've got three things. We've got the current you is behind you because you're wearing a harness, right? Is this current you trap connected to a harness?
The personification, it's wearing a harness. The personification is like this.
Ah, so you're both wearing a harness and you're pulling in two different directions. Is that correct?
Um, so my sense of self is right here, right now in my body. Pulling a line out of it, it's a sense of self that it's pulling me, the current self.
Ah, okay. So I think I've got it. So what we've got is, correct me if I'm wrong. So if I'm just to draw this, you've got you there, and then there's this harness that goes to your sense of self that's three times zero and trying to pull you forward. Lovely,
Co- Correct.
lovely,
Beautiful.
and beautiful, exactly. Okay. Now you mentioned there's a sense of self that you would like to step into.
Yeah, in a higher timeline.
And where is that sense of self that you would like to step into?
Mm. It's up to my left.
Hmm? How far away?
half a meter.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly where I'm gesturing it.
Is it like bigger than you, or is it up in the air?
Now that I zoom in, because here are those two timelines, I'm small, like a puppet
So small like a
in that
puppet.
vision. Hmm 10 centimeters.
Okay. And is that on a timeline? Because you mentioned the
Yes.
timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what we've got is, so you're here, you've got that sense of self in front, and to your left, you've got this ideal version of
Mm,
yourself that you would like to be that's on the timeline, and it's a bit like a puppet.
correct.
Lovely. Okay, cool. So let's just try this for a moment. So so that's puppet. Where's that puppet looking?
She's enjoying that timeline. She's happy. She's looking ahead.
So she's looking ahead on
And
her timeline.
and now that you mention and you ask, it's also turning and looking at me like, look how much fun I'm having here in this timeline. Come on, come on,
So it's looking forward, but
do
also
the
turning and
work.
looking at you. Got you. And this you that's in front of you, that's 3 feet ahead, with that harness, which way is that sense of self looking?
It's looking down
Down and forward, so
once in
down
a
and away
while,
from you, or down and towards you?
down and away from me,
Mm-hmm.
down to the ground as she's walking. And
Mm,
sometimes she walks behind, she looks behind to check on me.
mm.
And then for a split second, she looks ahead and then head down.
Got
Keep
you.
going, keep going.
Got you. So let's just try
So
something. Why don't we get that version of you that's in front of you, that little version of you? And what happens if we just make them, just grow them up so that they're the same size as you? What do you notice?
I feel energy in my body. It feels
Hmm.
good, expansive. I feel support,
Hmm. And what happens
a
if you
resource.
turn? What happens if you turn that sense of self to look at you, so you see eye to eye?
Now it feels like it's easy. Whatever she's doing, pulling that, she's she's having fun now. She can
Hmm.
go backwards looking at me, and it's easy. Looks like it's easy. Smiling,
Hmm.
having fun.
Hmm. Okay.
Feels good.
And that puppet that's to your left, what happens if you were to take it off that timeline and bring it into this timeline?
I feel like she's my sage. She's supporting me. Like, come on, you can do it. Come.
Hmm. So
We
where
can
would you
have
put?
this life.
Hmm. So where would you put that sage? Where's a good position for that support?
On my right shoulder. Yeah.
So if you put the sage
So
on your
I
right shoulder, what happens?
I always I'm connected with that guidance.
Hmm.
Feels good. And I feel now she grew a bit more. Now she's half a meter.
Hmm.
She's sitting on my shoulder with her feet dangling.
Hmm.
We're having fun, co-creating.
So is there anything else about that?
I feel like I would like her to step down and see if she can grow even
Hmm.
bigger.
Well, let's do that. See what happens.
Oh, she's hugging me. Feels good. I
Hmm.
feel like I have a supporting friend, which is me.
Yeah. Do you want to ask her her name? You can just call her the sage if you like. Or would you like to ask her name?
Hmm. She's my goddess self, my true self, my divine self, divine goddess. That's her name.
And what is her
Still
intention for
Pam.
you? What is her intention for you?
Is to step into being her fully, right here, right
Hmm.
in this lifetime. It's self actualization,
Hmm.
to live my purpose, be
Yeah.
abundant.
Nice. Well, why don't you just step into her now?
Yes, yes, yes. I feel like I want to step into her now and she to step into me. Just like this, one in front of the other and merging.
And as you start to do that, do you notice any challenges, any resistances, or is it simple?
It's simple. But
Really?
it
And
feels good.
mm, and as that
She's so
happens now, there you go.
she feels expansive. It feels like she has capacity. I love being inside of her.
Mm,
There's room for
mm,
much more, for me to grow inside of her.
mm,
Whew. And it's nice to have the container,
mm.
my aspiring container.
Nice. And now that you're inside of her, a container of inspiration, where is that sense of self now?
The one that's pulling something heavy is not needed anymore.
So where is that sense of
I'm
self now?
we are all three in here, aligned.
Mm,
Mm. It's like the old self, present self, and future self all in one, like a matryoshka dolls, the nested
mm,
dolls.
nice. One inside the other.
And yet, without any precise boundaries, each and every one feels like it can rest and expand into the other version,
Nice.
held and supported.
By each other.
Yeah, yes, by a wiser, higher version that has it already.
Mm.
Yeah, got it already. Smart, skillful. Oh,
And
I would like to
actually,
play
yes.
bringing the timelines into my
Hmm.
going through time. I will, my sister will love to play with that.
Well, what happens if you do that?
Ooh. Those, they feel like two wires, like electricity wires. Then now I bend them down.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden turns into a pathway that goes through time from past behind me into the future right in front of me.
And if we were to take
Yeah.
steps on this path, but actually, if we just think in real life, if we fast forward to after the festive season, it's midway through January, now having this little beautiful Russian doll set all together, having all of the different elements of it, what's it like when you look back on the time that's been up until the mid of January? What do you notice that's different?
I feel alignment, I feel excitement. And when looking back, what was up until then, lots of convoluted wires and strings, and
Hmm.
but now finally aligned into a clear one pathway. And I have the feeling, the sensation of lots of exciting things laying in front of me as I
Hmm.
walk that path. It's so exciting to discover them.
Okay.
I've seen interesting trees and people and places.
Hmm.
Whew, on this each side of this road that I'm walking.
Well, feel free to open your eyes for a minute, Pamela, because I've got a few questions.
Mm, hmm.
So, I mean, alignment is all well and good, right? People talk about how alignment's a beautiful thing and it's all good and stuff. But I mean, these dolls, these aspects, these things, I mean, sometimes they've got different intentions with things. Like in different parts of life, they might have different opinions. I mean, can you foresee any potential issues with this sort of thing?
No, the distinctions of those is not there anymore. I feel like I am my higher self. I
Hmm.
am my higher self.
Well, I've
I'm
met a few
walking in a,
people. I've met a few people, Pamela, and like they're talking about their higher self, like they really get high, and they get high on the fact that they're so up there. But because they're so high, because they're so in bliss, they actually do fuck all. I mean, do you think that could be an issue?
no issue. I see
Okay,
it
well,
fun.
one of the great
Part of,
things, Pamela, about being a higher self is that in theory they know anything. Yeah, they know everything, right? They're all knowing. They're almost omnipotent. Now, I know that a higher self can always find a challenge or an issue. So, if you to actually think, if there was one problem about this whole thing across all aspects of life, what would that problem be? What would that issue, concern, potential downside be?
I feel like any problem will come along. It's just part of the human experience, and which is fun to have.
Mm,
And that will help my sage self to navigate through it and take
mm,
the positive. What's the positive in this? Will
mm.
be guiding signs.
So problems will still come, but we've got apparently some way of navigating that more optimistically.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. So beautiful. It's so easy. I loved having your permission whenever you said, let's go ahead and be that and bring that and jump into that. This permission from outside me that it's okay
Mm.
to explore that way. Mm,
So that presupposes or suggests you don't allow yourself certain things.
mm-mm. I still need that from, I realized recently, from a father figure, as I didn't get some permissions from my father. I was taught that I'm bad, I'm wrong. And now I'm still searching like that father figure that will enable me to be me as I am.
Hmm.
And that even what I thought that's bad, it's actually good.
Hmm.
The way my father taught me about relationships and boys was always from this. I wasn't allowed to do anything.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I realized recently that I still need to hear that from a man. It's okay to be me and explore whatever I want.
Well, if anything, you're lucky that I haven't shaved because if I don't have facial hair, I look like a child. So I look slightly more manly with a bit of facial hair. Um, I mean, this is not social panorama, but I have done processes where you help someone find their inner father.
Wow.
Could be an interesting concept for you to explore.
It's very interesting. I never heard about this. Mm. I heard about reparenting my inner child,
Hmm.
but not from that, like being my inner father or my inner mother.
Yeah, well, the so it's from a guy called David Quigley. He does something called alchemical hypnosis, which works a lot with spirit guides and stuff like that. And
Wow.
yeah, so ultimately, what you do is you quote unquote fire your old, you fire your father because he was doing the best he could, but he obviously didn't have the resources, and then you find a different inner father to help
Uh-huh.
assist.
Just a second. I'll write down the name you mentioned. David
David
uh,
Quigley. Let me bring up his stuff.
Quigley. Huh?
He is very
Hypnosis.
eccentric, but he's very good at what he does.
What kind of hypnosis you mentioned
He calls it
that he's doing?
alchemical hypnosis.
I love it.
Yeah, he does,
Wow.
and also like you're pretty woo woo, and he likes past lives. He likes spirit guides. Like he sort of mixes hypnosis with shamanism and Jungian archetypes and stuff.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Yes, I am. I
it
am
def-
that kind of woo-woo, and I love it. I
it
stand
definitely will be
by
up your
it.
street. I've just put a link to like his
Thank
organization, so you can have a little well. But yeah, he's very eccentric, but he's pretty cool.
you. I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So can I try one more thing?
Yes, please.
So now I'm looking to see how this combines with the metaphors of movement work. So what I'd like to do is idiomize what we just did. Okay.
Mm.
So it could be said when we first connected, there were two timelines that are left to one side for you. And on one of those timelines was something that seemed quite small, but at the same time, you looked up to it. Some people initially said what has been left to one side might, for some, seem childish. For some, it might seem that it could be manipulated with strings. But it was something that you aspired to and look up to. And in that moment, that sort of sense of self that you've left to one side did look down on you, even if you were right about the whole situation. Now, there was a sense of self that you've been attached to that was ahead of you. It was more than one step ahead of you. And it could be said that there was tension between you and this version of yourself because this version of yourself was trying to progress forward and you've been trying to connect with what's left to you that was been out of reach. Now, what was in front of you was trying to harness the steps forward, was trying to harness progression, was trying to harness the way to move forward, but you weren't necessarily taking steps.
Mm.
But when you allowed yourself to grow up and face you, when you actually saw eye to eye with yourself, you found it a lot more easy. And the sense of self could still look forward to you while taking steps. And the way I almost see it is like a dance. Like when you dance, you look at each other and then you follow. So it's a way of guiding you in a direction. So as much as it would be going backwards, you'd be progressing as it moved. But then that puppet that you've left to one side that you look up to, when you actually brought that down, when you brought it into that timeline, when you combined that, it was on your shoulder. So it could say the right things to you. It would be on the right side of you. But it did start to become a weight. So you invited it to actually just take a step down and grow up. And when it did that, it almost surrounded you. So not only did you feel encompassed by it, but it also added a layer of protection and it gave you a bigger sense of yourself that you could grow into. And with that integration, that sense of yourself to look forward to you came inside you. So you all feel like part of the same thing, all layers within each other. And with those timelines now brought down in front of you and ahead of you, you can see that there's really good times ahead.
Oh my God. Wow. Wow, Dale, you are brilliant. Ooh, so freeing. What a beautiful, rich story lived by me. It's so beautifully to see that I was living this. I am living this, the happy end of it now. So this so-called reality, we have this fairy tale ongoing at the metaphors level, which our right brain constructs. I love this work. It's so powerful. Now I feel like let's share this with the world. Let's inspire others. You are awesome, Dale.
Well, only when I have an awesome subject. See.
Thank you for helping me see this.
You're welcome. So, from my selfish perspective, Pamela, we obviously did the process initially, and you found it quite powerful. And then I used the language of metaphors of movement to communicate that whole process. What would you say the difference is in how you felt at the end of the first bit and the end of the second bit? Just for my feedback.
First, being social panorama, and second, metaphors of movement.
Yeah, I want to understand, because they're both clearly useful and powerful processes. But I want to understand what
Yes.
value you got from the first. As best as you can explain, and then doing the metaphor communication afterwards, how that change differed, enhanced, made work. So I'd be intrigued to if you can access that.
Yes. I feel like both have their place, very well earned place. I really loved growing myself and looking at me and bringing them closer and aligned. I love that freedom of operating, and my system was asking for it, so I felt guided into that. And the way you put everything in metaphors at the end, everything made sense, connected, put the right words to those images. It was the connective tissue in between.
So if I was to paraphrase more logically, the first bit created the chains, created the shifts, and it felt really good and really aligned, but it was almost ineffable. You're like, I know this is right. And then the communication makes sense.
And the idioms felt right. Step into it, a fuller self, growing into it, knowing that I have that support. It was yes, yes, yes. Things that click, made everything click into place even more.
That's interesting.
Love the languaging to these realizations. It was like the connective tissue, the lubricant in between my connections. It offered that neuroplasticity, a rewiring process. Everything just glided in perfectly. The new puzzle was formed. I'm so happy to have this recording. Wow. Oh, to re-listen you saying that and grasp other layers of it to a deeper. It feels so good. And I feel so empowered now that I am on it. I am on it. It's a dance. Even that personification that was in front of me, she's dancing. We are co-creating. She's here with me. I love the way you put it into words.
If you found this interesting, delightful, insightful, or if you've got any comments or questions, do put them below. As always, do like and subscribe, and I'll catch you at the next one.